Hi. Hello. As I just shoved my arm on the camera. Welcome to Queen After Dark. Coloring in the evening. Hi. Again, hello. How are we? I apologize for the little bit of delay. One of the cats, I think, is very confused that I am in my office at 18:45 at night. Let me pause the music real quick. Because I don't like talking over top of the music. I feel like I say that every time. Okay, so the quality looks much better tonight than it did last time. Apparently something happened to um my cam link that I used to connect my camera to my PC. Now I have to it doesn't automatically open up when I open OBS for whatever reason. I have to unplug it and replug it back in and basically delete the source and add it back in, and it just adds a whole level of this process that is unnecessary. So, hi Ryan, how are you? With your hummus. Are you doing anything fancy with your hummus or just like plain hummus? I prefer roasted red peppers in mine, but that's just me. Oh, oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta try something. Let me see if this will work. Oh, I thought I got to pick. I wanted to pick who I was gonna give them to. That's, well, yeah, it would also be nice. Let's see. Will it tell me? Hold on. So many windows open. All right, this is all new to me. I'll talk about this in just a second. Bloop, 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 bloop. Okay, well, I gave them out, but it would be okay. Well, hopefully that goes to somebody that's actually interested in having it. I wish it would tell me like who it gave them to. So okay, let me back to the chat. So Ryan has done roasted red pepper and roasted garlic versions. Ooh, yeah, those are my favorite kinds of hummus. I don't have it a whole awful lot, but I do enjoy a good hummus. Hi Pam. Hi Cheryl. Claire did a flip of Dark Fairy Tales. I actually we talked about this a little bit the other day. I did watch some of it, but I did not watch the whole flip through because I kind of want to be surprised when I get my copy of the book. So I tried to watch enough because obviously, I wanted to support Claire's channel and I wanted to see a little bit of the initial kind of layout of the book, but I want to keep some of the mystery alive. So I did a thing. It's up on the community tab, and this was something that I really wrestled with. Hi, KP. Oh, look at your little flannel crown over there. Um, totally lost my train of thought. uh, anyways, um, so I wrestled with doing this for a while and for many reasons. But I did enable a tier of membership on the channel. Obviously, nobody is obligated to to do that. But I sat down and I thought about some ways that I could make that available in a manner that I felt like I could manage. And obviously, you know, if things change, then things will change, and we will figure it out. But I didn't want people to think that I was like, I don't know, how do I put this? I was afraid people would think that I was just trying to be like cash grabby, and the reality is right now this is my job. And it's a tool that YouTube gives. So there's some perks that come with it. KP is sporting one of one of the perks. She's got the brown and tan flannel crown membership badge over there. Don't think I can take it because your channel is branded. You can't. Did you get one of the gift memberships? Because yeah, I wish it would have told me when I did it. Because apparently I get 10 free memberships to gift out. But there's not a whole lot of control over it, so I can't like pick people. It just gives them out. And I know some of the that I hear from other communities and things like that is locking content behind paywalls. And I think you have to enable, hold on a second, this is really weird. I had the instructions up. So apparently there's a setting in there that says allow gifts, and you have to enable it in order to be able to accept a gifted membership. It says within the live chat, select allow gifts or select the pinned membership gifting unless it's giving you a different area. YouTube makes people in chat. Yeah, I just couldn't remember exactly how to do it. You had yours disabled and now it's active. And then I don't know if it just does it off of like who's in the chat, or like how it picks. Cause see, all I see is on my end, unless it's on my dashboard. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's not on my dashboard. Cause yeah, it doesn't, I can't see who it gave them to. It just tells me that I gave out 5 gift memberships. It would be nice if I could see. But anyways, So I did enable that feature, and I think I have a plan for how I can um offer something to members without completely blocking that content behind the membership. So members will get 24-hour prior access to videos, so they'll have a day prior. And depending on the format of the video, like the one that I'm working on now is a fair bit of footage that I am chipping and chopping down. So I kind of had the idea that before I speed the footage up on it, I will save a long form content of it, set it to a soundtrack, and put that up for members, and then that will stay on the membership side, and then the condensed final product will members will have access to that as well for 24 hours, and then that's what will be released on the channel. That way, yeah, you're kind of getting the same content, but you get it in a different format, because the reality is, at least in my experience, longer form content doesn't always work out. So I'm trying to keep the videos to a half an hour or less. A few minutes over here or there I'm not too worried about, but because that also kind of makes me feel like the hours that I sat here pouring through like 3 hours worth of work. So it was the 3 hours of work, and then it was the 3 hours that I spent chipping and chopping it, that um that's not all gonna just sit on the cutting room floor. So it makes me feel like I'm utilizing my time in two different ways. It's basically the long and short of it. And then there is a members only area in the Discord that you would get access to if you join the Discord. And then the badges and the emotes. I saw Marilyn come in. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? Let me just catch up real quick, and then we'll actually start coloring over here, because I may have a sleepy time drink. So that way, by the time it hits, I'll be ready for bed. And so yeah, let me take a look here. So we are continuing this beast, and I actually did some work on this today. I did some more work up here on the background, and I hit this with the alcohol marker, the colorless blender, let it dry, and then I went back over it with a few more layers. And these pencils really, like, you can tell when you're starting to hit that, like, that good level of layering, where it's like the paper is kind of resisting wanting to take anymore, but if you give a little pressure, your pigment payout is really nice. So I'm kind of at that point with some of these areas up here, but that I might continue to work on off camera. I think I will probably come back over to this area and try and work my way around. Watching and walking, getting an evening 5K walk after sitting at work all day. Oh, that's good. I like doing that when the weather is nice, but the weather is currently not nice here. So all right, so I am using my Derwent Chromaflows on this page. Let me see if I want to zoom you guys in a little bit farther, but also I'm already like maxed out. and it's easier to be able to pull the page back and forth so you guys can see everything. So we're gonna just stick with what we've been doing here, and we'll see how far we get. And I'm trying to be optimistic about this. I don't think we're going to finish this tonight, but I think it's at a point where we've dedicated so much time streaming it that this may end up being the last segment, and I will work on it on my own, and then obviously I will put the put the photos of it up on the socials, and then we'll take a look at it at stream on Tuesday. I'm at a point where I feel comfortable that it's in a good state of completion, that we can start a new project for February. In South Florida, so the weather isn't back to normal, but it's more warm than cold freakiness of the past 2 weeks. So you're not in the part of Florida. Didn't they get snow in part of Florida here recently? Let's try... No, not that one. Sitting on your butt at home. Are you working from home? You don't have to answer that. That was a personal question. Closer to the Alabama Georgia border. Gotcha. Feel like our serpent here needs a fair bit of work, so maybe we'll just... I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the flow. And we'll see where we get in the next 2 hours. Went in today, but had an offsite meeting at a different location. Gotcha. Let's see. So I did some of this down here. Florida's a very long state. Contemplated driving the kiddo to see snow, but it was school it was school day snow and involved over. Oh yeah, yeah, plenty of opportunities in her life to see snow that don't involve an 8-hour drive. Especially in an area where people don't see that weather very often, and probably most of them don't know how to drive in it. Okay, I gotta turn the book for a minute. It'll be easier for me to do this way, and then I promise I'll turn it back. Guaranteed we don't know how to drive in the snow. To be fair, I live in New York, and I feel like people here don't know how to drive in the snow. Snowbirds in Florida, the people that come to us during winter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I have some family that are reaching that snowbird season of their lives. Same in Connecticut. Oh, mm, 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 mm. I keep losing. Oh wait, no, never mind. There it is. I think my cats are confused because I'm not usually in my office this late at night. Oh, I actually kind of like the way that looks. That adds a bit of interest. Oh, look at you. Look at you guys planning made-ups over there. Took a shortcut tonight. Pan frying your garlic and using the oil and the hummus as well. Ooh. I made ricotta out of tofu over the weekend. And, I mean, I stopped eating regular ricotta cheese when I gave up dairy. And then if I needed ricotta cheese, I would get cashew ricotta cheese from Treeline. And I like it. It's good. I would use it if I needed to do something quick. Or for like a dip or something like that. But, I had not up until this point made my own ricotta or dairy-free ricotta filling until this weekend, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I could ever like go back. Like, it was so much better than any dairy ricotta cheese that I have like ever had. And it wasn't like overly salty, you know, it just... And even my husband liked it. Not that he's like a super picky eater, but... almost completely given up dairy. I have completely given up dairy. Like, I'm talking, I don't even cook with dairy butter anymore. Now, if I'm not like hard on myself if I eat, like, if we order Chinese food and we get crab rangoons and I eat something that has a little bit of like regular cream cheese in it. But I have pretty much completely given up dairy. Chickpea pasta, and like it better than regular pasta? Yeah, I have discovered I really like cashew based cheese. And Daya reworked their formula a year ago, apparently, because like prior to that, the old Daya formulas were horrible, but they switched to an oat cream base, and I made dairy free French onion dairy free macaroni and cheese ball appetizer for Christmas, and I used a block of the Daya cheddar and a block of black garlic cashew cheese. Oh yeah, I love oat milk, KP. I can drink almond it like if I go somewhere, but I don't enjoy cooking with it. I much prefer the taste of oat milk as far as like plant milks go. Hi Brittany, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Ooh, you work at a gourmet natural food store? Nice. Do you guys carry any of the Nuts for Cheese products? Because they are some of my favorites. Yeah, if you have like a whole food store or like a natural food store around, would probably be the best place to get like the Nuts for Cheese. The Daya is pretty readily available at like Target and Walmart and things like that. But I actually order some of my stuff from Canada. It's actually cheaper that way. And I can if you want some products to look for, KP, I'll shoot you a message on Discord and I'll give you some recommendations for some of the things that I've switched over to. Highly stressed since yesterday at your OT appointment. Got a response email from a woman who works for Georgia Client Assistance Program, and she stated to give you time to talk to Well, I'm sorry that you're stressed. Healthcare is a thing that is not a pleasant thing to have to deal with. Where did I just do that? hopefully everything gets straightened out for you. That's kind of odd that they make you turn your cameras off. So many tiny scales. How do I feel when I'm close to finishing a project? Do I have a tendency to rush? Um, Sometimes yes. I have to, I mean, for obvious reasons, like, just because I think you've been around when I've mentioned some of the issues that I've had with, like, my mobility in my hands. I just have to remind myself to work in chunks. And when I get to that point where I feel like I'm rushing because it's almost done, that's about when I have to, like, when I stop myself. Because if I am able to pull myself away and walk away from it for a little while, then when I come back, I start fresh and I'm not looking to just, like, plow through it. It usually helps. At least on the bigger projects. Oh, my poor licorice pencil. It's okay, my friend. Someday you'll be gone, and there are 3 waiting in the wings to take your place. Used to be a company in New York that made vegan cheese. I'm not aware of what that company is. Hi, Stardust, how are ya? Fell asleep during the afternoon and just woke up. And thank you for the kind comments. I appreciate it. But yeah, I am anxious to finish this. But I think regardless of where we leave off tonight, I will not work on it probably for the next day or so. I'm doing alright. Hanging in there. Gotta go to the VA tomorrow and have lab work done, so that's always fun. I'm just trying to decide how many of these little scales I'm gonna color before I move on. Well, that's good that they fixed it. I was just in there the other day and I wasn't having issues with it, but that happens sometimes. Let's do... this piece down here. I should count at the end of this how many how many Chromaflows I sent to the other side after this project. Like a PSA, many pencils were shortened in the making of this coloring page. I need like the Law and Order sound with that. Dun dun. I don't know why I put so much green down here. Because then I'm just looking at it like, where would the green come from? But also, you know what? I don't care. I like the way it looks. So we're gonna have green splotches on these rocks. First I need to fix this because it's bothering me. Ooh, so you got it? Did you get pencils or blocks? I like the green on the rocks. I do too. I just like the placement of this. Because like most of the green is centralized towards the sky, so like looking at where everything is placed, it's kind of like, how would we get the green here? But then I'm also thinking that there would be lights coming towards it from the front as well, like wrapping around them. And so maybe there's some open space over here. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Ooh, you got the Inktense pencils. I need to do more videos with my Inktense. I mean, we use them on this, but looks like the light reflection. See, there you go. This is why we're friends. Because you validate my choices, but also call me on my crap. I was just overthinking it. I'm like 15 plus hours deep in this project, so I'm like at the point now where uh, I want to nitpick it. Hi, Marilyn. Welcome back. Wait, did I tell a story? Was I telling a story? Probably. I don't remember what story I told. I told you guys I may have a sleepy time beverage over here. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Are you feeling better today? I hope you're feeling better. Oh, that's not the pencil that I want. Is it? No, I need Shiraz. Sounds like what I say to my kid when I need him to do something. You get Shiraz up here right now. For the record, this pencil is called Shiraz. Or Shiraz. I'm sure somebody will correct me. Dawn, are you feeling better today? I know you were under the weather the other day. Hey, Dustcatcher, how are ya? How are you now? Oh, the story about the green rocks. I couldn't remember if I told like a life story. I was like, oh, was I? Oh man, you guys. Bioluminescence rocks. I'm honestly surprised I was able to pronounce that. They're like alien rocks. But you know what? This is like a sci-fi inspired... Well, not the image itself, because that's... Okay, I can't do this song. It's got like weird sirens in it. We're gonna change it. Gosh darn it. That's my train of thought. My color scheme is kind of sci-fi inspired. How's your night going, Dustcatcher? Welcome to Queen After Dark. Oh my god, we're almost at the edge of the page. Maybe a more intense tutorial with pencil someday. I have some tutorials with pencils on the channel, but I'm not quite sure what you mean by intense. And I mean, sometimes I do tutorials on stream, but most of it is me talking through my process and explaining things on the fly. I usually try and keep the tutorials for videos. Like, straight tutorials, I guess, is what I mean. Although we did that thing where I taught y'all how to use your Prismacolors like a layering pencil to color metal. Oh, that was a fun day. I probably made some Prismacolor fanatics head spin. You're not smushing? Oh no! Oh, homebound head PT and watching me color. Well, at least you're home now. That's not the right color. Where's my... Oh, Shiraz. You get over here. Another one of my tutorials is for the glow. The little mini tutorial with the lanterns. I am actually in the process of finishing up the recording, and I just started the editing today for another... It'll be a bit of a speed tutorial because it's a lot of footage. Although it won't be... There'll be a voiceover and I will explain things, but it's not like a tutorial. But I don't know when I will be able to get that one done. Oh, the lantern, yeah, that tutorial spawned from a live stream. I was the Cricut page, I think, from Fantasy Forest. Not sure I like this. We're gonna go for it. Okay, actually, I do kind of like the way that looks, because it's not completely, like... Okay, yeah, you still get a little of the green that shows through for some texture. Hi, Queen Bee. How are you? An ugly Greek creature? Yes, this is the Chimera. I don't think he's too ugly. I mean, no, we can't do that to our poor serpent. Hello from Central California. Are you in the near the fires? Are you farther central center of the state? So hopefully you're safe. Okay, let me try and fit all this on the screen. He's not all gonna fit because he's a little thick. But I'm pretty pleased with how he has turned out so far. I think Stardust, you're in Canada, right? Certified nerd, absorb all knowledge like a giant flash drive. The wildfires are in Southern California. I wasn't sure how far it had spread out. I lived in Northern California for a while, but that was a long time ago. How did I decide on a color scheme for this page? I will show you if I can find the picture. I just gotta scroll back a little bit on my phone through all the 8 million cat photos that came after when I snapped the reference photo for this. Trying to get a little closer. So this is what my reference photo was. My color reference. Although I think in my reference picture he's on the water, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's kind of what I started with, and then it had a definite ugly phase to where, because I actually started this off stream, and then once I started getting into it, I was like, hey guys, yeah, we're gonna, well, actually no, we finished another project before we started on this one. became a part of this channel because I have part of your nickname on the channel, I'm gonna go with the Queen. You like his front muscles? I mean, he's pretty jacked. But, yeah, I almost was not going to start this on stream because I almost gave up on it. I did not like it when I first started it, and once I hit that ugly phase, it was, but then I pushed past it and started to really like it, and so then I was like, hey guys, let's work on this, and that's what we've been doing like the past 8 million weeks, it feels like. But I think it's only been like 2 or 3-ish. What is this, part 6? Have we really been working? Well, we've had... Okay, we had another night stream in there too. I forgot about that. So like 2 weeks? Longer than that. Feels like an eternity. I know I make it sound like I'm tired of this project and I'm done with it and I don't want to do it anymore, which is not the case. Because if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't. But it's that close to the finish line feel, because we're so close. Angry mean colors? I mean, I think it would depend on the context, but since I mean, they're on fire, and there's also fire around them. Is this stream 6? Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate you. And then however many hours I put into it outside of stream. Dang. I don't like whips, so I have to finish it before moving on. I have to have I've limited myself to 2 projects at a time, especially for the purposes of content. Sometimes I'm part of channels because they have either Queen or B in their channels. Find it amusing to see parts of your nickname in other people's channel names. Nice. Appreciate it. Kiddo introduced you to epic and audio musical of Homer's Odyssey, so you're thinking maybe your next image should be a Kirby mythological one? I think you should do it, and that's not just saying it that because I've been working on this for like 8 million hours. And I did just get the Mythical Animals book, the compilation book that just came out. I keep forgetting where I'm working. You got the Mythical Animals book too? I debated, because I have all the other books. I really didn't need it, but I've got full set syndrome, so I felt like I needed it. Not like I'm gonna finish another, well, I can't say I won't finish another Kirby page between now and when his new one comes out. I do need to, once I'm finished with this, I need to go through and do a finished Kirby pages video and go back and see what all I have done, because I have the other whip in this book as well. So if we finish this, that's, well, I mean, we didn't do this whole thing on stream. This was a whip, so, but that's like two double page Kirby spreads that we've finished in like the last month and a half-ish. Have most of the books, and I love Kirby's artwork, but I feel like I need a Kirby support group. When you peruse through the books, feel a bit overwhelmed and then just have difficulty starting. I still feel like that with these books as well. The nice thing about some of especially like the mythic, where they're actual like mythical creatures, that's what I've done for some of these, is actually like Googled the creature, and that's how I can't even remember. I think I looked up the Chimera on Pinterest, and that it gave me the reference photo that I had. I totally get it. Kirby's work, even now, like, I'm still intimidated, especially when I start one of his pages. Affiliating two of each of them, one to color and one to flip through. Julia? I have two copies of a lot of Kirby's books, but I color in both of them. A couple of them are like my test books, because I've screwed a page up to the point where sorry, I lost my train of thought. Test books, yes. I have a few that I have messed up pages so badly that I just end up using the book as like a test book to test media and color palettes and things like that out. But then sometimes in the test books, I end up coloring a page I'm really proud of, so it's like spread all over. I also like getting one of the UK version and one of the US version, because the UK versions take water better than the US versions. Brittany's mad that there are a lot of tutorials, video tutorials, and that there aren't as many written step-by-step tutorials with images or photos. Okay, I don't even know what to say. I've done some work a little bit more over on this over here for now. I think I had something you know what? Nope, never mind. Let's see. We need some color. I mean, that sounds like something that you should email them about. But I mean, I know how much work goes into recording and editing videos, and I imagine that it's probably the same, if not more, having to take pictures and whatnot and put all of that together. And I think I would get overwhelmed trying to do both of those. And I mean, considering most content creators have multiple revenue streams. Oh, your pencils will be here tomorrow? Nice. Are you gonna play with them right away? Do you have a page all picked out? Yeah, I don't think I would be able to manage videos and I mean, blog posts with a couple pictures are one thing, but I don't think I don't think I would be able to manage that. A few, don't know which page to start with them on. Oh, let's see. Or instructions with pictures or overtold pages depending on the images being colored. Yeah, I can understand why that's like a paid service. Kind of at it. Um, if you're gonna use if you're gonna use the Inktense in a Christine Caron book, you might want to consider using, like, if you have a water-based blender for like a set of water-based markers. Although you can use the colorless alcohol blenders too. Um, I would consider using those to activate your Inktense on that kind of like Amazon um, thinner paper. I know Kerby and Joanna's books generally take water pretty well. This is actually the UK edition of this book, um, which does take water better than the US versions of Kirby's books. But I used Inktense with a water brush on the background for this one. I mean, it did bleed in, but I'm probably going to use Inktense on this page as well. Um, or I'll just color over it with the colored pencils. I should come back to this page at some point too. I was playing with Neo colors. Does it matter if it's um it's more about the paper than if it's grayscale. Be activated with regular alcohol. I do not know. Like rubbing alcohol? I feel like if you're just using straight, that's just gonna dilute your pencil out. And also, I would not recommend that because it's gonna stink. But if you have any, I think the only ones I have accessible are my Tombos. But any colorless blender will do. You could get the cheap ones, like if you have a craft store near you that sells um like their own brand, like a Michaels or a Joanne, and they have their own brand. Buy a bunch of the cheap ones and you have the Ohuhu blender that you never use. That'll work. The Ohuhu blender will work. I mean, it's gonna destroy the nib on it, but it'll definitely work. Okay. Let me try and fit our boy on the screen here. Yeah, most places you can find that have any kind of like brand of alcohol markers. Like you don't need to order a bunch of stuff. It's something that you can get like local. You should be able to anyways if you have any kind of like art store or whatnot near you. Because like I said, they're gonna get destroyed if you're using them for colored pencils. You're not gonna want to then go back and use it with your alcohol markers after that unless you change the nib. But yeah, I have one of the Ohuhu ones that I've been using, and yeah, my nib is pretty shot. But I think that is where we are going to call this one. He's pretty much done. So at this point, I think the only things that I really have left to do are finish all of the dotting that I'm going to do in his scale, and then just some shading and whatnot on the rocks over here in the corner. So I am comfortable at this point. I'm going to call him, for stream purposes, finished. I don't think that we need another full stream unless I was gonna do a like a 3 hour, but I should be able to finish him the last little bit that we have to do off camera, and then have him ready to no, I remember the Nibser duel. I was just trying to say that, like, you're gonna destroy them. They don't last very long when you use them for colored pencils, so. What do I think my next coloring project will be? I think we're gonna paint on Tuesday. I have the gigantic art whale gouache set that my partner got for me for Christmas, that I have. Well, I opened it because I put the stickers on the top of the paint containers, but I think we're gonna do some gouache painting on Tuesday, to kind of break up the fact that we just largely did a six episode two piece project. Um, so yeah, and if we paint on Tuesday, that also gives me time to plan out my what my next project is going to be. Um, but yeah, I don't quite know yet what my next coloring page is going to be. Like, one of my personal goals is I would like to finish it a Forever Whip a month. Um, but I haven't picked my next one yet. So we shall see. I'm trying to think, like, if I have any other Chromaflow projects. I do, but it's in a Kerby book, and we just did a big Kerby thing, so we're gonna take a break on Kerby, because his new book comes out the end of March, and then that's gonna be our first project for April, is working in the new book. So um yeah, I think we're gonna paint on Tuesday. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's turning out so far, since we're pretty much done and I'm just gonna do fine tuning. But yeah, it's been fun. I am definitely looking forward to doing a project that does not involve orange for a little while. But yeah, that's gonna be, I think, where we end it for tonight. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. I super appreciate it. If you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, I do have memberships enabled on the channel now. Obviously, zero obligation to do that, but there are some perks that I hope to be able to bring. So it is out there. I made the decision to turn the memberships on. And yeah, I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.